ladies and gentlemen. This is the quiz review video for Algebra 2, sections 1.4 through 1.6. We're going to start by looking at graphs and finding the domain, range, and f of negative 1. On number 1, if I look at this graph for the domain, I'm going to look horizontally. And if I look at what values are graphed horizontally for x, hopefully you'll agree with me that it's all reals. So my domain is all reals. Everything gets graphed horizontally. Look at vertically. What gets graphed vertically? Again, hopefully you'll agree with me it's all reals. Everything gets graphed. All right, how about f of negative 1? Remember that we're plugging in negative 1 for x and seeing what comes out for y. That's f of negative 1. And that happens right here. And so when I plug in x equal to 0, x equal to negative 1, the output is 0. All right, let's go on to this graph. Look at your domain. If you look at your domain, your x values continue increasing out horizontally forever. So again, we have all reals. For my range, look vertically. And if I look vertically, I don't have everything graphed. In fact, it looks to me like it starts right here at positive 2. And then ask yourself, does it get bigger or get smaller? And it gets smaller, doesn't it? So now I'm going to say that y is less than or equal to 2. For my value when x is negative 1, let's find x equal to negative 1. And it looks when x is negative 1, hopefully you'll agree with me, y is 2 right here. All right, are these functions? Absolutely. Y, vertical line test, right? A vertical line will only cross these functions one time. All right, let's practice solving. Here I see I have some fractions going on. So to clear those fractions, I'm going to have to multiply by the least common multiple of my denominators. What is the smallest number both 3 and 6 divide into? Yes, it is 6. So I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 6. When I multiply here, I distribute to the first term. So it only multiplies once. And 3 goes into 6 2 times. So I have 2 times 2, which is 4, times 7 minus q equals, over here, my 6's cancel, and I'm left with 1 in the numerator. Now that I have this equation, now I can distribute. And 4 times 7 is 28. And 4 times negative q is a negative 4q. And now I'm looking to get q by itself. I'm going to subtract 28 on both sides. And I get negative 4q equals a negative 27. When I finally divide both sides by negative 4, I'm running out of space, so I'll write it up here. Q equals a negative 27 divided by a negative 4. Now we know that a negative divided by a negative is definitely positive, so I can take those negatives out of there. And for now, we'll leave it in a fraction form unless we're dealing with word problems. Then we'll want to change to a mixed number or a mixed decimal. All right, let's move on to number 4. If I have the formula for volume of a sphere, and I want to find the volume when I know the radius, I am simply going to plug in, I'm going to plug in the value I'm given for the radius. I'm given 2.1 as my radius, so I'm going to cube that value on my calculator. And then I'm going to multiply by pi. And then I'm going to multiply by 4/3. Go ahead and follow along with my calculator. All right. And we should get the volume is approximately, give me 2 decimal places and just chop it off, 38.79. And my units are centimeters. I should say centimeters cubed. Now to rewrite the formula in terms of V, I'm going to rewrite the formula in terms of V. I want to solve for R. So to get R alone, first I'm going to get rid of this 3/4 by multiplying both sides by 3/4. And now I have 3/4 of V equals pi r cubed. Now I can divide both sides by pi, and I get 3/4 v divided by pi, puts pi in the denominator with 4, equals r cubed. Now, I'm running out of space, so I'm going to re-part my question here. Remember, I want to get r all alone, and so now I'm going to take the cube root of both sides. And I should end up with a cube root of 3v is still in my numerator, and 4 pi is in my denominator. All right, walk through those one more time. Make sure you can do those questions on your own for the quiz, and I will see you then.